Hey y'all, and welcome to Life on a Farm. So I did finish the hot sauce. Colby and Aiden both have tried it and approved it, so I'm gonna call that a win. I'll share the recipe with you guys. Look in the comments for my pinned comment and you'll see the recipe. It was actually way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Also have a little bit of a project going on right here, which is one of the reasons why I'm about to walk to the barn, because I need to get the electric screwdriver. We are putting together a little shelf for Harley's room for her school books. Colby is actually down there. We needed to square that fence off when we added the tennis court. To be honest with you, none of that was completely lined off. It was just kind of like a, oh man, they're coming now, we've got to move this. It was done kind of quick and just really not right. So that is getting redone. And we had a bull on the other side. Well, he's not a bull, he's a steer now, but he tore down a whole side over here. He was getting out. There were multiple days that we were actually chasing him around the farm, and I think y'all saw us move him with our dairy moms. We actually couldn't keep him with our beef herd when we rotated him into this field, because he knew where the weak spot is, and every single time he busted it through it. And one time he broke it so bad all the cows followed. So we moved him. We're in the process of fixing that, which is going to be really nice, because we are about to have a tennis camp where the gentleman that comes in and teaches our kids, we've just opened it up to our community, and they are going to come in with the teacher, and he is going to have several kids over on the court. It will be good for our kids because they'll be able to play with other people. It'll be good for those kids because they're getting lessons from a really, really great coach that has played tennis his entire life. I'm talking like 45, 50 years. And he's really good, and he's really good with kids. And all around, I just think it's going to be great. So we're trying to kind of tidy up some things over here before we have the tennis camp. But I am about to head in the barn and find the screwdriver. I'm going to go see if I can get this little shelf put together for Harley's room. And I want to make some chocolate cupcakes for the kids tonight. We are going out of town tomorrow. This was part of the kids' Christmas, and the show is happening tomorrow. So we are doing a very unusual thing and getting up early in the morning. We're going to be driving about 4 hours and going to see a really awesome show. We'll take you guys along for that. But I am excited to tell y'all what that show is going to be, where we're going. It's going to be really awesome. The kids are super excited. So that'll be coming up next.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise. That with you I feel alive.
Let me tell y'all what I'm absolutely fed up with, and that is the darn squirrels. Y'all have heard me talk about when they were attacking my plums. Y'all, they ate all my plums. I was only able to harvest probably like a fourth of what we normally harvest because the squirrels are just eating all my plums. Now, thankfully, we don't put all of our eggs in one basket. With that being said, I have tomatoes planted over there. We have some way down at the chicken barn, and they're in like the same black containers. And then I had some planted over here that were just like my extra tomatoes were really, I was like, I really don't have enough room for these, but I just stuck them in pots and stuff that I already had over here. Now, this plant was absolutely loaded down. These were a little bit behind those plants over there, and now they're producing really well. I probably had between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tomato plants right here. I probably had 30 tomatoes that were almost ready to pick. And now I have, I think, 2 tomatoes left out of all those tomatoes. When Destiny was out here, I did not have this problem, which is one of the reasons why I wanted her to get used to this back area back here for motion and movement, and I knew that the squirrels wouldn't come up here. I have even done this, and y'all, when they were getting all my tomatoes off this plant, I had a little fake snake. This was right after we lost Destiny. I had a little fake snake that I had put on the tomatoes, and then I walked out and my snake was on the ground and all of my tomatoes were gone. They're getting about 5 a day, give or take. Sometimes they're taking less, sometimes they're taking more. And I just went ahead and tried to move all of my snakes over here. This is a fake one right here. And then I have one like up there, because this was loaded with tomatoes too. I mean, I had like 8 tomatoes right here. Of course, now you see they're all gone. This is the only one I have left right here. And then I have one over there on that plant. Now, I also paid $80 for this trap right here. And it's got that's supposedly for squirrels. And it's got a back compartment that I lifted up and put peanut butter. I have put peanut butter and, oh, I see 2 more tomatoes right there that they haven't gotten yet. 2 more right there. But I had probably like 30 back here in all. And the squirrels are just demolish them. I did set it one time with peanut butter and peanuts in there, but I don't have any more peanuts, so I just used the peanut butter. As you can see, they're not going in the trap. And they're not affected by the snakes. And now that Destiny's gone and we don't have an outside cat, I thought my next best option that I'm going to try is pure hot sauce. So what I'm planning to do is come on my poor little tomato that I have left right here, and I'm just going to put drops of hot sauce all over that thing. And if the squirrel comes and gets it now, it's gonna get its little butt lit up. That's the only other thing I know to do. Now, every time it rains, I'm probably gonna be out here reapplying it. We'll go ahead and add it to these couple little tomatoes right here that I have left. But I'm hoping this burns their paws to pieces. And they might not be affected by it at all, but it's the only other thing I got, y'all. I did think about getting some individual bird nets. It's my only other option at this point. And try to just cover them so that the squirrels can't get to my plants. Now, I did tell my sister-in-law too, which has boys that hunt squirrels like all the time. And I don't know that if I could get them here shooting. But they have them all in their backyard and they just run around everywhere. The problem that I have had with taking them out here is I can't find them. I'd seen them run up a tree one time that was actually over on the other side, and then it's like once they go up in the tree, I can't find them again after that. So I'm actually not sure if there's holes in, if they're going up the trees and jumping from tree to tree to get like in a hole that they're in. But like right now, there's zero squirrel activity. I have stood out here, y'all, for like 30 minutes at a time watching tree limb from tree limb to tree limb, like all the way across back here, where if you see where I'm standing, you'll see what I'm talking about, like all the trees behind me. And no squirrel activity. Only when I catch them in this area running off, I've seen them go into different trees and run up and disappear. So to say that I can sit here all day with a gun and take them out one by one every day, that, you know, day after day, I just can't do that. So I asked my sister-in-law, they have squirrels all in their backyard, and their boys like literally take them out all the time, and they actually eat them. But I asked her to kill me some, and I'm going to bring them back here and just hang them up. Those are the only things I know to do. Is I could possibly get nets, and I may have to resort to that if they don't quit taking my tomatoes, which I only have a couple more left. Then I do have some more blooms, so I know some more is going to come. I'm going to try the hot sauce, and I'm going to try the dead squirrels, and I'm probably going to go ahead and order me some nets too, as like my backup to my backup, because I've really just had a tremendously hard time trying to keep squirrels out of my tomatoes. So I do know, I'm gonna go show y'all one other spot that they have been in. Again, I had zero trouble when I had Destiny. I just didn't have any trouble with the squirrels, but they started attacking over there. I actually set the trap up over there. Didn't see them messing with that spot anymore. Come back here the next day, and sure enough, I had seen them start taking tomatoes from back here. So I moved the trap back here, and they didn't go in the trap, and they're still taking my tomatoes. So I'm not doing all this work to feed the squirrels. So something's got to give somewhere, or I will literally rip the whole things up and be done with it and make them be forced to go somewhere else to find food, because they're going to just keep coming back to this spot season after season if I keep feeding them. I actually have two more ideas that I'm going to try. I don't have to go to town very often. But we are going to go to Walmart. I do have to go to Walmart in a little while, and I'm going to get a large rat trap and set that rat trap with peanut butter and birdseed. And I also think I'm going to take birdseed. The only thing is, I know if I take birdseed off, that all the birds are going to go there and eat it. But I'm hoping that if I feed the squirrels somewhere else, that they won't be coming to get my tomatoes. So I'm going to try the rat trap over here, because I don't know if they're intimidated by going into that little hole and that's why they won't go in there, or if I'm thinking maybe if I set a large rat trap and they reach for it instead of having to go into somewhere, then maybe I could catch them like that. Regardless, I don't like to take any animal's life, but you can't be up here eating my food. So I have several more things in mind that I'm going to try. So far, the snakes have not worked. The trap that is covered has not worked. So I'm going to try a couple of different things. I'm going to probably go ahead and look at order the netting. I'm going to get the rat trap where if they put their hand on it, it'll go off instead of having to go into something. And then I'm also going to get the bird seed and feed them somewhere else. So maybe that will prevent them from coming up here and they'll eat somewhere else. I don't know how sustainable that is to constantly feed the squirrel. Oh, and I'm going to get the dead squirrels and bring up here too and hang up so that they see dead squirrels up here, and I'm hoping that, shoot, if they're smart enough to not go in the trap, hopefully they'll be smart enough to see the dead squirrel and think, I better not go over there. I don't know, we'll see, but I am gonna pay my little nephews to get me some squirrels. And you know, I just don't have all day to sit out here and watch for them and take a shot. There's no squirrel activity right now, zero, zilch, none. I see no squirrels. There are birds, I've seen birds from tree to tree to tree, no squirrel activity at all. So it's really hard to justify saying I'm gonna sit out here all day with a shotgun in order to shoot a squirrel. I just don't have the luxury of doing that. So I'm gonna pay my nephews to do it. And y'all just wish me luck. Fingers crossed that we're gonna get this taken care of. I cannot keep working to feed the squirrels. I'm just not gonna do it. So I'm gonna try these couple of other techniques that I have in mind, and we'll see. Y'all wish me luck. That is life on the farm. Until next time, God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.